Selected moments will be shared on social media, so let love speak. Love is in the air. Only on Nationwide 90 FM, the new revolution in media.
You make me wanna run, run, run. Heart be racing like a drum, drum, drum. Feel it in my soul. Leave me wanting.
Every day, Jamaicans have something to say. In the group chats, on social media, in the streets, there's a place where it all comes together. The comment section. This is not a lecture. This is not a call-in show. This is the hottest topics of the day, filtered through real opinions, real WhatsApp messages, real voice notes, real reactions. You agree, disagree, sound off, text it, voice note it, debate it. Comments section, Monday to Friday from 7 to 7:30 p.m. only on Nationwide 90 FM, the new revolution in media.
Sock it in your backpack. This melody your girlfriend contact. Some boy not know this. Them only come around like tourists on the beach with a few club sodas, bedtime stories, and pose like them Chuck Norris. And don't know the real hardcore, cause sandals are no back to. The thugs them with where them got to. And won't think twice to shot you. Don't make them spot you, unless you carry guns a lot to. A beer to.
This is breaking news from Nationwide Radio.
The breaking news is brought to you by the Contractor Center, providing building solutions for everyday challenges.
Good evening, listeners and viewers. Sorry to interrupt your programming. Just a bit of breaking news coming in relation to the estimates of expenditure to be tabled tomorrow. We have a statement from Finance Minister Fayval Williams, who unfortunately has confirmed that there will be new revenue measures. There will be new taxes as part of the upcoming budget. I just go straight to the statement where Minister Williams says she has confirmed that new taxes will form part of the government's 2026-2027 budget. The minister says the taxes are necessary to respond to the massive fiscal fallout from Hurricane Melissa and to safeguard Jamaica's hard-won economic stability, which has left the Holness administration. It will be the first time in 10 years that the Holness government has introduced new taxes on the Jamaican people. In her statement, Mrs. Williams said the administration faces an estimated US $8.8 billion in damage from the hurricane, which is equivalent to roughly 41% of Jamaica's gross domestic product. This is confirmed by the Independent Fiscal Commission's January Economic and Fiscal Assessment Report. She warned that the scale of the destruction, combined with a slowdown in economic activity in several sectors, has reduced the government's revenues and created a fiscal gap that cannot be ignored. In a quote, she says, "As a responsible government, we must now take measured steps to close that gap. That will include new revenue measures." Mrs. Williams sought to reassure the public that equity will guide the design of the new tax measures. She says, "We are reviewing anomalies in the tax system and ensuring that the burden is shared fairly. The most vulnerable will be protected," she said, adding that the measures will be calibrated, balanced, and sensitive to the realities facing households and businesses. So there you have it, listeners. As confirmed by the Minister of Finance, there will be new tax and revenue measures in the upcoming budget, breaking the now 10-year record of no new taxes under the Andrew Holness administration. I now put you back to your regular programming.
The breaking news was brought to you by the Contractor Center, providing building solutions for everyday challenges.
Hello, good evening. Welcome to Nationwide 90 FM. Welcome to the comment section. I'm Mahiri Stewart.
And I'm Shaloy.
All right, folks, as you just heard, breaking news. This is the first time we've ever had news break on the comment section.
Yeah.
Someone says this isn't called for breaking. I disagree because new taxes are absolutely something that should be broken on air. Sorry, Herman Hyatt, but this affects all Jamaicans. Yes, you're probably going to be one of them paying these new taxes. But as we just heard from our reporter, Siobhan Campbell, for the first time in 10 years, the Andrew Holness administration will be introducing new taxes according to the estimate of expenditure because of the damage and the fallout from Hurricane Melissa. I know we have a segment on the show called What's Trending on Socials. It's probably trending on socials right now, man. We've just broken the story, and some we may even revisit by the end of the episode. If not, we'll definitely talk about it tomorrow, because I'm sure by tomorrow everybody's gonna have something to say about
After
this.
10 years.
But folks, we're gonna try and get through today's show as scheduled. So we're gonna just go straight to
Into
public
the
opinion, man.
opinion.
So let's go, Shaloy.
Now, Jamaica has retained a Corruption Perception Index CPI score of 44 for the 6th year in a row. That's according to the latest rankings released by global integrity watchdog Transparency International. A country's score is the perceived level of public sector corruption on a scale of 0 to 100, where 0 means highly corrupt, 100 means very clean, and a CPI score below 50 indicates a serious corruption problem. So, in public opinion this evening, we're asking you, do you think Jamaica has a corruption problem?
And the comments came out in full force, and as always, we start with Facebook. And when we go over to Facebook, the first comment we see is from Michael Raffington, who says, yes, definitely. And if we check the true definition of corruption, most of us are. At some stage in our lives, we did things that have been against the grain. And as a matter of fact, let's just pause right there, because that's a splendid comment to kick us off on comment section. We were talking about this yesterday and today.
Yes.
That corruption, when people talk about corruption,
It's not necessarily always extreme.
right, people always tend to look at the big wigs, the upper echelons in life, the politicians, the parliamentarians, and they use those persons as beacons, pillars even, of corruption. But the truth is, man,
It can be simple.
corruption is as simple as
Skipping a lot. I think
begging a boar in a line back in
Yes.
high school. That was corruption being planted into your head, man.
and Ava McKenzie on Facebook says if you skip a line to get to the front faster, that's also corruption. So it goes back to what we were saying just now. It can be as simple as that.
Right,
Skipping
and
the line.
it's our biggest problem, says Brian Johnson. Money problem is what we what we don't have. But Fantastic Bell says every country does, and that's an interesting point to bring up, because we are 73rd of 182 countries, which means we are in the better half.
Indeed.
Right? So there's something to talk about.
Eric McIntosh says Jamaica definitely has a corruption problem, but the perception is far greater than the reality. The psychological damage was done 20 to 30 years ago. Now it's a stigma that is going to be very hard to shake.
Very interesting point he brought up there, because when I posed this question this morning, why you think I'm wearing this jacket, folks? I was at PostCap this morning and I asked this question to our information minister, Senator Dr. Dana Morris Dixon, and that was one of the points she raised, that this is a perception index. As opposed to a literal corruption index that literally measures corruption. So she says, yes, the perception of corruption may still be there, but she says the government, through things like the Integrity Commission and the Auditor General, are working, but that's just public sector. Corruption, I mean, the CPI talks about public sector in general, but our question is talking about corruption in general, not just in public sector. So we keep going, man. Jamaicans, says Kenrick Johnson, not Jamaica. So he says Jamaica don't have the corruption problem. Jamaicans do. That's probably fair.
Carlene James says yes, a big one too.
Diane Roach says yes. Melrose James says no. Kareen Love says yes. And Dwayne Campbell rounds us out with no. That's Facebook. When we go over to X, my dear colleague,
Zara
Burton, my dear colleague, she kicks us off on our X comments. She says, yes, Jamaica absolutely does have a corruption problem. Now, I don't know if she's speaking in the context of public sector,
or
private,
general,
regular citizens, or something else. But Zara Burton absolutely believes there is indeed a a corruption problem. Thanks for making your debut on comment sections. I'm gonna send this to her later.
Carrie says absolutely 100%, and a chronic deep-seated one as well.
And that goes back to what we were talking about earlier in terms of, again, man, the corruption mentality can be birthed in somebody from a young age, man. When you tell somebody to hold your space in the line, something as simple as that just plants the seeds for corruption. If we go over to Instagram now, Shenzi K says, think or no? Is this a trick question?
Dominique Mandy says, yes, in every aspect of our society. Oh, wow.
Hype and Alive says, yes, our corruption is on steroids.
Oh, wow.
And yes, I love this one from Yes Bloom K. She wrote an epistle, but I like what I'm seeing here. She says, yes, and I think Jamaicans fail to acknowledge that not only politicians are corrupt, but corruption is embedded in our society, from buying driver's licenses to paying off police officers when we get pulled over. Corruption is in every aspect of society. And Shallow, I think this begs another question. Can corruption ever actually be eradicated? I feel like it can't.
I don't think so.
I feel like...
Because again, people look at it on the big scale and not necessarily the simple, the quote-unquote simple, small things.
And because they look at it from the big scale and not the simple, small things, they don't see what they're doing as corruption.
Exactly.
And because of that, corruption will never die, because corruption is not some natural disaster. It's man-made. Corruption is based off of humans purposefully, and corruption is a purposeful act. You can't accidentally be corrupt. To be corrupt, you actually have to have intent. But if we go into the YouTube chat, are the YouTubers speaking?
Yes, Errol Townsend says yes, 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 we are. So many yeses.
ISO Mario says corruption is a part of life in Jamaica. You have to beat the system thanks to the colonial history. And you see, that's the problem, ISO Mario. It's the eater food mentality. That's something I always hear Desmond McKenzie talking about, that, man. The eater food mentality by people. I think that's what he's talking about right here. But even if as I go through the comments, I'm still seeing people react to the story we broke not too long ago about the new taxes that will be introduced in the next budget.
Because I think we were talking about it earlier in the news, and we were saying it. We were kind of expecting it, given the Melissa.
Right, and we had analysts on, some of whom were like, no, the project's going to raise what we already have. Some people were saying, maybe there very well could be. Well, here we are, man.
Confirmation right there and then.
But there we go, folks. That's public opinion. Thank you, as always, for participating. When we come back, we're going to find out what's cooking. What's cooking on the socials.
Showing you the fun side of Jamaica. New places, good food, real vibes, and pure adventure.
Sweet Jamaica. Sweet Jamaica, we not left ya.
If you enjoy exploring with us, come closer. Join the Nationwide 90 FM Family Club today on Patreon.
We not left ya. Ain't nothing like the sweet cool breeze of Jamaica.
He never shies away from taboo topics. Voyagings After Dark.
The most riveting discussions.
Voyagings After Dark.
Topics that are shunned by society.
And everything else in between. Voyagings After Dark with Korean Voyagings this and every Wednesday from 8 to 11 p.m. on Nationwide 90 FM.
You can't miss.
What's buzzing?
Celebrity outfits.
Is that a hit or a miss?
Bust the odds.
Jamaica's Got Talent.
Wait, a war man.
Hot takes.
Talk up the takes.
Actual factual.
Life is short.
Voyagings After Dark.
Come get your mind blown.
And your curiosity explored.
Welcome back to the comment section here on Nationwide 90 FM. I'm Mahiri.
And I'm Shaloy.
And now it's time to find out what's cooking
on the socials.
Folks. Today's What's Cooking segment takes us to a content creator by the name of Able Boss.
Able Boss.
Now, tell us, Shaloi, what's Able Boss up to?
No, he has been trending because he has been using AI to recreate the faces of well-known public figures. He says it's all fun and games, especially since he's using his own voice in the videos so people can know it's not real. But not everyone is laughing. Some comments say it's actually a little unsettling and even dangerous. We have the video.
Let's see what Able Boss is up to, man.
I feel like it's not scary yet. Yeah. Editing gone on a different level. You see it. Content turn up here now. You see me? Yeah. Any character. But one thing though, I'm not gonna change the voice because I want the people to know say it 99% real. You see me? Yeah. Jesus. Walk out for them content. Look out for them content to chat.
All right, man. So
it's exactly what I said earlier, where some people are saying, yeah, it's funny, it's light, and he's using his own voice, so you know, say definitely it's not real. But definitely there are others saying, this is not funny.
Before we even get into the comments, I tell you what was the most concerning for me was at the end when he turned himself into a literal child. That's kind of odd.
Ooh.
That's kind of odd to me, especially, I tell you what, man, you know what makes this even more odd to me is what we just had passed in Parliament not too long ago about people using AI to depict things of persons and specifically children. That was one of the main talking points by Dr. Wheatley in terms of people being able, and I'm not saying he's doing that, but I'm saying being able to do that just shows what people can be able to do with AI, which just goes to show how, and again, we were speaking about this just yesterday. AI. Forget so we spoke about the environment yesterday. This is a perfect segue into today. We talking about the ethics of artificial intelligence. Yes, it's fun when you're making your caricatures and all of that stuff, but when it comes to this,
it can be dangerous.
A lot is at stake. Can you imagine if two people decided they were going to make their own comment section with their own Mahiri and their own Shaloi?
And say some things that we wouldn't
say some things that we wouldn't say.
Oh dear God.
And God forbid they don't change their voice. What if they use AI to depict our voices? And you'd just be there watching a fake comment section at 7 p.m. instead of the real comment section here on Nationwide 90 FM. That'd be pretty scary, wouldn't it?
It is scary.
But I tell you what, folks, Ayat Ida says, listen, man, this AI thing, absolutely dangerous, not funny at all. Funny or not, says VBP. This is where we are right now, and it's going to get worse. Parliament needs to get ahead of it with laws instead of trying to catch up.
And Hermin Hyatt says anything for likes and trend. And that is true. You have to, I think you have to know when to draw the line.
Right. And what's scary, I'll tell you what, I saw this very video posted on X. And there are a couple comments that I'm looking at right now, and people are saying, listen, man, this isn't pretty good. Someone says the copyright and trademark laws are absolutely gonna go crazy. Also, predatory males will use this to depict images of children. And scammers, I didn't even think about this one,
dear God.
Scamming? Bro. Scammers will now be surgically chopping the line even better. So we already have issues with people just calling you on the phone and pretending to be somebody. What's going to happen when people use AI to take the image of your relatives?
Douglas Smith says the Jamaicans will do anything for quick money.
I see Gavin Cybersec on X saying, tip to content creators, please consult a lawyer before you get sued into generational poverty. I tell you what, this is one of them times I actually wish we had like we could have like a guest on, because I would love to speak to a lawyer. This would be a great segment for one of the shows in the future. I would love to talk to a lawyer about the ethics of this and whether or not you can sue somebody. Surely there has to be some way.
I think so.
If someone were to use your likeness and genuinely use it in this manner to pretend to be you, because obviously, again, there are a lot of people that don't like what Able Boss is doing, and that's fair. in terms of voicing their opinion on it. And I think in his context, he's using it in a joking manner.
Yes, because he did say that.
He's using his voice so people don't know it's real. But I want to use this situation to talk about the legitimate dangers of AI. And this is one of them, bro. Like, look at how realistic those images were. He was moving and it was moving seamlessly with him. There were no blurs. There was no glitching like AI used to be when it just came out. It's very clean now, and that's very worrisome.
I think the only one in the video, the only one that stood out to me that I knew that definitely fake was the one with the part with the Prime Minister.
Yeah, but that's me and you, Shaloy.
Yeah.
That's me and you. People are already being fooled by AI as is.
True.
People thought that video of Babsy dancing was actually Babsy dancing, and it wasn't Babsy dancing. So what are those people who are easily fooled, who are not digitally literate as maybe a younger Jamaican?
Or senior citizens.
Exactly. What's going to happen to them? Are they going to fall victim to people using stuff like this in a nefarious way? I think so. And it's it's another warning sign, man. I'm still going through.
News commentator says AI is very scary.
Yeah. Veli Ranks says choppers are going to love this AI stuff even more. Gelsina says I hope them slap him with a fat lawsuit. But again, what's gonna happen when he makes a video on somebody and still uses his real voice to say it's not real? What's going to happen when one of these celebrities, because he said earlier, any character, but these are not characters. These are not fictional people, Shaloy. These are real people.
Public figures.
So if you use AI to pretend to be somebody, and yes, you're joking, and you might even put in the thing that is AI, but if that depiction of the person leads to them,
they are
and they get negative publicity from something you made pretending to be them, even though you state that you're pretending, that might very well be grounds for a lawsuit, man.
And Marigold is urging them to use it in a positive way. Indeed.
But how do you use something like this in a positive way is the real question I have to ask, because at least
way he found out how to do that, I'm sure he can find it to do something else.
Maybe, but again, man, like it's something, man. It's what people are talking about, and that's why we're talking about it. I'd love to hear more of your comments, but we're gonna cut to a quick break and then we're gonna wrap up the show.
I didn't hear you leave. I wonder how am I still here?
This show is your escape, your vibe, your reset.
But I will go down with
If Urban Paradise ever brings you peace, joy, or a little relief, come closer.
What you won't do.
Join the Nationwide 90 FM Family Club today on Patreon.
You tried everything, but you don't give up.
Turn up the heat with Hot Listing, Nationwide 90 FM's new on-air and online classifieds feature. If you have a car for sale, room for rent, or yard sale come up. If you look at work or need stuff. If you provide a service, make it a Hot Listing, Nationwide 90 FM's new on-air and online classified segment. Your listing plays again and again. From morning till evening. You sing it, we play it. You say it once, Jamaica hears it all day, every hour. Contact our sales team now at 876-630-1210 or sales@nationwidenewsnetwork.com. Hot Listings on Nationwide 90 FM, a new revolution in media.
Welcome back. We're winding down here in the comment section. I'm Mahiri.
And I'm Shaloy.
And it's time for comment of the day. Comment of the episode. Shaloy, what's your comment of the day?
Mine is from Lovely Bloom K, which says, yes, I think Jamaicans fail to acknowledge that not only politicians are corrupt, but corruption is embedded in our society. From buying driver's licenses to paying off police officers when we get pulled over, corruption is in every aspect of our society.
So my comment of the day is right after we brought the news and somebody come in our YouTube chat, they know themselves, said they're not paying it.
Oh.
Well, I tell you what, that'd be very corrupt of you. That'd be very corrupt of you, and I'd hate to see you get prosecuted for dodging taxes, which you absolutely would. But
we'd have to carry it.
We would have to carry the fact that you dodged those taxes, and when we carry it, the CPI that we've been reporting, you see, it's 44 now. It's probably gonna go down to 43, or even worse. It could be like 42 or something. So to the to the soul in there that says they are not going to be paying the new taxes that the finance minister will be announcing, we'll see about that, man. If only. We don't even know what the tax is gonna be, but when it drop, we're gonna be here. You're gonna hear it in the news, and you may very well hear about it on comment section. But I tell you what, man, we still have so many people in the chat talking about this AI debacle. I see news commentator J.A. saying, we were warned about how dangerous AI can be in the wrong hands. Someone's novelette says it's putting people out of jobs, even though it's happening already.
We mentioned that yesterday a little bit too.
Exactly. And it's just, and even from the environmental standpoint, it's making people's lives worse. People don't have no water. We were speaking about that yesterday. People don't have no water because AI is using all of it to cool down the servers. So again, what's very important, because I think we're starting to filter into like an anti-AI stance. It's not that.
No, it's not.
But there are certain dangers and parameters to artificial intelligence, and it's really up to the world to police it in such a manner that it does not cook the planet and it does not cook the reputation of innocent human beings. But folks, as always, this was a very riveting episode of comment section. What made you laugh? Somebody in the comments?
Yes, PV says, thought this segment was an hour long. No.
Did you? Would you like the segment to be an hour long? Because I don't think, can we manage an hour of comment section? Okay. I don't know, man. Can you all manage an hour of comment section? If you can, by all means. But until next time, I'm Mahiri.
And I'm Shaloy.
That was comment section. And Chronix will be taking us out. Happy Reggae Month, everybody. Thanks for tuning in.
Your life are the worst thing you could ever see. Never Teflon. No can a man you are power with from your barn. Turn on the enemy. Gideon. We no want a friend from them, cause them heart is full of jealousy. I did to what we used to share a glass of rum. Now you want to kill me for anything. But how me fit us I'm innocent. Where you are to behind curtain. No for them say them are your friend. When you check it out, them is a different person. Them no want to see you dribble like burden. Them want you live your life in a burden. Oh, you have to say me and your friend. When we check it out, you is a different person. Because none of them want to see your head back shell out.
He never shies away from taboo topics. Why you think?